This video takes place between the Head of English and a member of the English department. There are concerns about student progress in the English teacher's class. The Head of English is using Alps Connect to address concerns over student progress.
The purpose of the conversation today is to share some of the concerns I have about the outcome for your English set of GCSE results. And I'm going to use the Alps Connect tool to highlight some of the points that I want to make. And obviously I'd welcome your views as we go through this process. And most importantly, I'd like us to share an action plan for future progress and development that will impact on this year's results. Right, here are the overall Alps grades for GCSE English Language. And as you can see, we're an Alps grade 2 in the red for GCSE English overall.
Well, Alps grade 2 is good, right?
Alps grade 2 is really strong performance, but if we look in a little more detail at the teaching set analysis, you'll notice that your set is grade 8 and in the blue.
That was a tricky group. There were some tricky youngsters in there and I got 2 B grades. You know, you're saying that's not good enough?
No, I'm not saying that at all, but let's look in a little more detail at the young people in that group that achieved the grade 8, and let's see if there are any young people that might make a difference to the overall score. And I think you'll find actually it isn't as many students as you think, and the issues that we're facing are quite specific. So let's turn on the what if tool and let's see how many grades need to change to move from a grade 7 into the black. There you go. 2 student grades need to change to move from a 7 out of the blue into the black.
2 grades to move from blue to black. How many to move to red?
Okay, well, keep the what if tool on and move from 7, drag it up to grade 3, and there we go. To move to grade 3, 8 students need to improve by a grade to move you from the current grade 8 up to grade 3.
Are you kidding? That's the whole group.
Well, let's look in some more detail at some specific issues that we might want to address. If I look at John at the top there on row 2, John's target was a grade B, but he actually achieved a grade E in his exam.
Yeah, he had some absence problems. Maybe I could have been a bit better at intervening quicker. He wasn't great at catching up.
Okay, well, there's the first action point for the two of us, perhaps to work more closely together to monitor the attendance of those young people who fall below target, to intervene at an earlier time and to support them, to get them into class and to make sure they get closer to the target grade. Now that change from a B to an E in itself, that's 3 grades out of your 4. And let's look at 2 more youngsters at the bottom. Justin, a little bit further down, target grade D, achieved an E. And Asif, again, whose target was a D, but achieved a grade E.
Yeah, writing. That was their problem. They don't really succeed very well at the writing.
Okay.
But I was talking to Jan the other day and she used a checklist with similar prior attainment students and had a better effect. So maybe I could use the checklist with those kinds of students in the future.
Okay, well, if that's the second point of our plan, I think we're making good progress here, because if again we use the lessons we've learned from last year to impact on this year's students, to offer extra help outside of class at lunchtime or during class to those young people that you identify whose writing skills aren't up to speed, then that should make a difference to this year's cohort. So just to summarise, we're going to prioritise 2 things for next year. We're going to have a strict look at the attendance of young people that we feel are at risk, and we're going to offer extra support in the writing skills, again for those young people that you highlight will benefit from extra support in that area as well. I think it's really important that we come back regularly to look at how the action plan's going and to monitor things so that there'll be an improvement from the grade 8 this year, hopefully up to a grade 5 at least.
Okay.
Are you happy with that, sir?
Yeah.
Okay, thanks very much indeed.
Thanks.
With Alps Connect, I was able to provide good evidence for the concerns I had. The real positive from the meeting was the agreement that some changes were necessary, and that data from Connect will provide a powerful tool to identify where the issues might be. And as a result, we can support each other within the department and move forward together.